The mayor of Lansing, Verge Bernero, and Flint Mayor Dane Walling got together with a group that they're calling Mayors Against Illegal Guns, and they're demanding Congress do something about the gun laws in the United States. And we hear now that Vice President Joe Biden has identified 19 executive actions the president could take unilaterally on gun control without the approval of Congress. In fact, in the press conference yesterday, the president said as much. There are things I can do with executive action that don't need to be cleared by Congress. And then there's a Texas Republican Congressman, Steve Stockman, who says if you do that, they'll file articles of impeachment against the president if he initiates gun control measures with an executive order. On the other end of our line right now, our AT&T line, Lendon Eakin, Class 3 weapons dealer in Roanoke, Virginia. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What is your reaction to all of that?
Well, I'm anxious to see what these 19 actions might be.
Yeah, I think they had, the president was pressed during the press conference about, like, what can you do? Can you give us an example of one? And it had to do with information gathering after a crime. Is one of the, I don't know the details. He didn't go into any more detail. He just said later this week they're going to release them to people, and so that we know what they are.
I think we're going to find out today.
Today. I found out also during that press conference, the president was asked what he made of people buying guns and running out and buying guns now more than they ever have. And he said, well, there are a lot of people who are ginning up fear that we're going to take away their guns. You're a weapons dealer. What's your experience with the public in terms of gun sales? And the president did shrug and say, well, I guess it's good for business.
Well, it has been good for business as far as gun sales. These guns are flying. They've flown off the shelves. The shelves are empty. Ammunition's gone, semi-automatic rifles and pistols all over the country. And there's a big waiting list at every store in my area. And it's not because of the ginning up of fear. It's because of this proposed legislation from Dianne Feinstein.
Which would do what?
It would require registration of semi-automatic rifles, just like they were a machine gun.
What's wrong with that?
Well, not anything if that's what you want to see. It means that in order to purchase or transfer a semi-automatic rifle on the list, which is pretty all-inclusive, you have to get an ATF background check, pay $200, and wait, probably 6 to 9 months for approval before you can take possession. Mm-hmm. And then the same process has to happen again when the gun is sold or transferred. It'll be expensive and time-consuming, but it's not impossible. It'll take probably thousands more ATF agents to process, and it will result in many, many contraband firearms that don't get registered during whatever amnesty period they allow for the registration.
You ever sell someone a gun and look them in the eye and just know somehow inside that maybe they shouldn't be buying a gun? Does that ever happen?
Not me, no. But my gun business is not a retail shop.
Oh, okay.
I work gun shows, and I sell by way of the Internet, transferring through dealers in other states. And what I sell are mostly machine guns, right?
Machine guns over the Internet from Lendon Eakin, who says business is booming. 41 after the hour.